plans for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than red counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pasco, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
After the meaningless game that meant so much in the end, today we come to a game that has all riding on it. It's Bangladesh v Pakistan, and the winner of this game will go through to the final to play India, either for the second time or the third time. Wonderful stuff. It's sunny, it's warm, it looks beautiful. Bangladesh have won the toss and will bat. They want to put scoreboard pressure on their opponents, and Pakistan have been known to wilt under that sort of pressure. The big news is that Shakib Al Hasan is out with a fractured finger. That is a massive blow for Bangladesh. We'll bring you all the team news very shortly, but first of all we have David Brooke in contact with Dr. Kashif Ansari, who's going to bring us up to date on his thoughts on the Pakistan team and this particular game. David.
Yes, thanks very much, Hendo. Yes, our man in position at Dr. Kashif Ansari, who should be on the line now, who joins us. Hello, Doctor.
How are you?
Yes, very well indeed. Thank you, Doctor. Yeah, it's been a fascinating tournament. We've had a big reaction to the interview that we had with you on the last during the last match. A lot of people agreeing with you about the issues on the really serious issues on the Pakistan team, pointing the finger at the coach and the chairman of selectors. But equally, we've had a lot of people saying, well, hold on a moment, Pakistan have had a pretty successful year and did well in England. So, you know, let's take a calm view of this, Doctor. Well, how do you see this Pakistan team faring today?
Well, let me tell you something. There are two different questions you're asking me. First of all, in response to your kind comments on folks who are disagreeing with me that Pakistan had a good year, let's just go back about 12 months, 14 months. After the conclusion of Champions Trophy, Pakistan ended up playing a series, a one-day series against Sri Lanka, then West Indies, and then Zimbabwe, and we all know what happened there, okay? So there is no need to go into the details. These B or C teams of these countries doesn't make you, I mean, they of course make you look good when you're making a double century against a club cricket team, but it doesn't, but it exposes you at the same time when you're playing against sides like Sri Lanka, like India, or the strong attack of Afghanistan. So it's not about the double century against a club cricket team. It's about the performance you have in the top four teams of the world. That is something which, if I was a selector, if I am the real cricket analyst, I should be focusing on that. However, let's get back to the game today. It's a big blow to Bangladesh if Shakib Al Hasan is not playing.
Yes.
If Shakib is not playing, this is going to take away about 30% chance of Bangladesh putting any sort of pressure on Pakistan in the middle overs. Then Imrul Kais and Mushfiqur Rahim and all these guys have to step up their games and cause problems for Pakistan. The good thing is that they won the toss, and now they know that looking at the pitch, it may be 230, 240 pitch, and Pakistan batting is so vulnerable and the pressure is all on Pakistan. Remember, Tamim Iqbal is already out of the tournament. Shakib Al Hasan is now out of the tournament. So the onus of Bangladesh, the responsibility, or I may use the terminology that they can get away without getting into the final in front of their fans, telling them, look, we were totally handicapped due to the absence of these two match winners. So they will have less pressure upon themselves as compared to Pakistan. Pakistan is under fire, especially Sarfraz and the Mickey Arthur, the coach. And if you look at the Pakistani media for the past 10 days or so, including people, students of cricket like me, they have been pointing fingers and asking questions, relevant questions, very relevant questions, such as, where is Mohammad Hafiz? Where is Fawad Alam? Who is your second spinner? Why are you playing Amir? Why don't you play Junaid? I mean, all these legitimate questions are being asked, but the stubbornness of the coach has led Pakistan to a point where the next 100 overs will decide the fate of Asia Cup about Pakistan. Will they be entering into the finals, or they will be going home?
Indeed. Well, you got one of your wishes today with Junaid Khan coming into the side to replace Amir.
There you go. See, that is something which I've been asking for a long time, for the past 10 days. And it doesn't make sense that if Amir is off color and he's not getting you wickets in the first spell or in the death overs, why are you playing this guy? And give him a break, because a lot of time we do see international cricketers getting all burn out and all this kind of things over a period of time. All they need is to go back to the nets, go back to the domestic cricket, get their fitness level better, and when they come back with a better performance, right?
Indeed. Well, Doctor, you've been right in the middle of the Pakistan media and their reaction to Pakistan's recent performances. And indeed, you've been right at the forefront calling for the coach, Mickey Arthur, and I think the chairman of selectors, Inzamam Al-Haq, to step down. And I think also you've been on social media. People have seen that you're saying, look, step down now and we'll compensate you. Tell us a bit more about your position on this, Doctor. Is that a serious suggestion that you are making, or are you flying a bit of a kite there?
No, I'm not flying a kite there. Look, what happens is, first of all, you need to know the culture of Pakistan cricket and the people, that's 220 million people who are divided on different levels. They live in different provinces. They have different religious followings. They have different languages. They have different cultures. But when it comes to cricket, they are all not tied together. They have one knot. They are like one string, which all these small little pearls are attached. So the cricket is the one which is a binding force from Khyber to Karachi, from one part of the Pakistan to the tip of the other part of the Pakistan. So when Pakistan does well in cricket, the entire country comes under one umbrella. When Pakistan doesn't do good in cricket, everybody takes it so personally that they have lost the hope of their life. When I made that comment, the reason I made that comment is because for the past 18 months or so, we have been witnessing some serious issues with the current coach about his dictatorship, about his stubbornness in different areas. We love the fact that he only wants totally fit players. He's focusing very much on personal fitness. But let's look, just step back a little bit. This guy lives outside the country. This guy only comes to Pakistan a week before any international tour. He does 3 to 4 days of refresh camping or skill camp or something, and then picks one guy, drops the other guy, picks one guy, drops the other guy. It doesn't work that way. These are professional cricketers. You need to work with them a day in, day out. Of course, 50% responsibility is the cricketers himself and 50% is the coach and the board. But the system is allowing these youngsters to take it easy upon themselves, to get laid back, to take a chill pill. So after 6 weeks of break from 23rd of July, when Pakistan came back from Zimbabwe, until 5th of August or 8th of August, when they had the fitness camp, what were these guys doing? I mean, seriously, what they were all there on their own. Yes, they have a partial responsibility to keep themselves fit and ready for the game, but it's a responsibility of the board and the coach as well. Now, the problem is that after neglecting folks like Azhar Ali, Hafiz, Fawad, all these 3 players, the first 2 players were the team that took Champions Trophy.
Indeed.
Why did you drop them?
No,
because they were unfit?
Absolutely. Dr. Kashi,
yeah,
sorry,
why did you drop them?
I hear you very, very clearly, and you've made a direct proposition. You've put a direct proposition to the coach Mickey Arthur as leading a kind of a consortium, I think, of doctors and Pakistani doctors in USA. Can you tell us who's in your group and what is the nature of the proposition you've put to Mickey Arthur?
Look, Mickey Arthur has certain number of months or maybe a year of contract, right? We have been hearing so much about his personal likings and dislikings in the choice of picking players for the playing 11. Sarfraz has very little to say. On numerous occasions, I've spoken to Sarfraz about different players, and he said, Mickey doesn't listen to me. I have very limited say. If that is the case, then Sarfraz, and then Mickey should be facing the media. Mickey should be facing the entire country. But what happens is that he lives outside of Pakistan. He doesn't have the skin in the game for Pakistan. He's not the son of the soil. His ancestors, his children are not going to be raised in Pakistan, right? But Sarfraz has to live in the same country. His kids have to grow in the same country. They have to face the population. They have to face their friends. So my proposition was that whatever number of months are left, whatever your salary is, take this salary, terminate the contract, and let us look for somebody who can work with Sarfraz and work with the board on a democratic basis, on a more accommodating basis. And let's see if we can satisfy people like Junaid Khan, people like Fawad Alam, people like Muhammad Hafiz, along with the consent of the board. Because board will always give me an excuse. Oh, he's got a 1 more year of contract. Oh, people will comments to him. We will lose our captain.
Doctor,
so these are the fine. Go ahead.
We've got a few issues on the line, and I can see that the teams are coming out now. You're speaking on behalf of, if you like, a group. How many of you are there in the group who feel this strongly about this?
We are about 6 doctors. And if the board decides to get rid of him, because this is not our decision, we put the preposition because I know board will come up with the excuse that there are 12 months left, we can't get him out, and this and that. Those are all lame excuses which we have seen in the past. We'll say, here's a check. Give him the check. Get him out.
And that's a serious
get
proposition.
us out of this thing.
That's a serious
Oh,
proposition.
it's a very serious
Yes.
proposition.
No, I know
yes, sir.
Yes, indeed, and I absolutely get that, and we're going to be watch, and I will speak to you again about this issue. I'm sure later on. Now, you mentioned that okay, foreign coaches. Many teams now have foreign coaches. You say he's not a man of the soil, but
Here, let me tell you. Let me. That's a very good point. Let me tell you, the language barrier. Pakistani cricketers, most of them do not have the college degrees and the command over English. This is problem number one. Problem number two is you cannot expect a fish to fly. They are not made to do those drills and performances in the field which you expect them to do. So you have to work with them according to their body habitus. Mickey has done some wonderful job with the coaching and this and that, but then he has to take all the other factors into account. So we need somebody who can work with the team in synergy, looking at the cultural, habitual, and social issues along with the cricketing issues.
well, Doctor, you make your point very eloquently. Can I just bring you back, because this is to be continued. We'll talk to you about this later on during the interval today, because it's fascinating to hear your views. Just bringing you back to today's game, I can see the two teams getting ready for the national anthems. The pressure, as you say, a lot of pressure on Sarfaraz, a bit of a scapegoat as far as the coach is concerned. But let's bring you back to today. A game to be played, Pakistan versus Bangladesh. What's your prediction for today?
My prediction is that if Pakistan can control Bangladesh under 220 today, they should be able to get there. Because you remember, Shakib is not only the batsman, but he gets away with 10 good overs and take the wickets in the middle overs, which has always done wonders for Bangladesh. So now they have to rely heavily on their other spinners, and Pakistan will have a little bit of a better look at the pitch than Bangladesh. And with the current batting lineup, and if Shoaib Malik continues to play the way he's playing, and today is the day for Fakhar Zaman. Watch out for this kid. He has been under a lot of pressure, and he did not take the review in the other game, and everybody really beat the heck out of him. Why didn't you take the review when you knew that you touched the ball with your gloves? So this is all because of the lack of experience. If he plays out today, which I think he will, Pakistan will be able to get there.
Well, as always, Doctor, it's fascinating to hear your views. Never dull, always outspoken. That's Dr. Kashif Ansari previewing today's match, and we'll be speaking to him again during the break between innings. Thank you very much, Dr. Kashif Ansari, our expert, Pakistan expert.
Yes, thanks very much, Dr. Ansari. It is fascinating, the notion of a bunch of doctors getting together in the United States. They're so upset with the way things are heading for Pakistan cricket, certainly the coaching structure at the moment. They're prepared to take drastic action. There's the offer. It'd be nice to get hold of Mickey Arthur and see what he thinks about that, wouldn't it? Anyway, the teams are on their way to the middle. Pakistan will bowl after Bangladesh won the toss and decided to bat. You're listening to Guerrilla Cricket. Good morning, good afternoon, good dawn, good dusk, wherever you are in the world. We're glad to have you along. If you're with us on Crick Tracker today, cricktracker.com, our friends in India, great to have you along. Say hello, say what you think about this match, say who you think will cause most problems for India in the final, because of course India are already there after that. Well, they were already there before yesterday's game, but it was an absolute fascinating game in the end. It didn't seem as if it was going to be, but Afghanistan have been the team of the tournament. Whatever else happens, they